Welcome to this edition of the Click and Pledge's Fundraising Command Center podcast, where we talk the why, the what, and the how in the Click and Pledge's ecosystem.
This is the Why series.
Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing another deep dive, and this time we are really getting into the weeds of Joseph Campbell's framework, the hero with 1,000 faces, and how you can apply it.
Right. Specifically to donor communications.
And our mission today is to really master episode 3 of that framework, which is supernatural aid.
I think this is where it all comes together, is where fundraising, it stops being marketing, and it really becomes what we've been calling this sacred invitation to a mythic journey.
Yeah.
And, now it's time to actually equip our hero, the donor, for that adventure.
And this connects to the bigger picture, right? We've already laid the groundwork.
Exactly. We've already established the pain, the gap in our first installment, and then we countered the donor's natural tendency towards psychic numbing in the second.
Well, this is horrible statistics.
Exactly. And now we get to provide the solution. But this requires a really critical script flip in how we view the nonprofit's role in all of this.
So just for anyone who might be jumping in, the framework we recommend is from Campbell because it's just this universal roadmap.
It taps into really deep human psychology. I mean, basically, every story we love follows this pattern.
So your donor story should too. It starts with the call to adventure. That's the flash fiction story, the pain, the gap.
Then almost immediately, the donor faces the refusal of the call.
Which is that, this is too big, someone else will handle it feeling.
Yeah, that's the psychic numbing kicking in. And that naturally leads us right here to supernatural aid.
This is where the mentor has to step in.
It's the mentor's job to break through that refusal. That's the entire function of this phase. It's where the hero gets the tools or the knowledge or just the confidence to actually accept the quest.
And here's where it gets, I think, really interesting, because getting this phase right, this whole equipping phase, it's the only way you earn the right to move on.
That's it. If we succeed here, the donor is ready. They're prepared to move into the action phases.
The next step being crossing the threshold.
Right, which in our framework is where we deploy the ask. That's the big cliffhanger moment.
And then, hopefully the journey concludes with the return with the elixir.
Which is so much more than a thank you note. It's the proof. It's the evidence that the hero, your donor, was the one who caused the transformation.
Right. They healed the community. They fixed the gap. But this whole structure, it just hinges on getting this third step right.
Absolutely. If the donor doesn't feel equipped, they will never, ever cross that threshold.
Okay, so that brings us to the script flip, the big idea here. And it's something I think is so often missed.
It really is.
Because almost every nonprofit, it's natural. They cast themselves as the hero. You see it all the time. We are fighting this, or join us on our journey.
And that's a fundamental mistake, if you want donors who feel truly empowered.
How so?
Well, when the organization is the hero, the donor immediately becomes, what, a sidekick?
Or worse, just a piggy bank.
Just a piggy bank for the hero's efforts. So what we recommend is this crucial role reversal. The nonprofit has to take the role of the mentor, not the protagonist.
So we're really talking about that classic Star Wars structure.
Exactly. The nonprofit becomes Yoda, the wise, powerful guide who doesn't actually fight the final battle.
Right. Yoda provides the insight, the training, the tool.
The tool. And the donor, therefore, becomes Luke Skywalker.
The one who actually wields the power?
They are the true hero. They take the action, they complete the journey. They save the day.
Okay. I love the Yoda idea. It's powerful. But let's get practical. How do we avoid sounding passive? If we're just the mentor, aren't we, risking the donor, thinking we don't have enough skin in the game? Are we saying we diminish our own work?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
But the answer is it's about nuance, not diminution. The mentor role doesn't mean you're passive. It means you are prepared. Your commitment is proven by the fact that you have already created the mechanism for change. You're the architect, the engineer, the strategist. You've already built the lightsaber.
I see. So the distinction is that the mentor, the nonprofit, doesn't solve the problem with their own checkbook.
Right.
They provide the mechanism for the donor to deploy their power.
Precisely. So in your communications, you say, we provide the plan. We have the supply chain. We have the truck that is already bought and waiting.
Or the vaccine that has already passed trials.
Exactly. We built the solution. But right now, It's inert. It needs activation.
So by casting the donor as Luke, we're actually honoring their power. We shift the whole focus from our need for funding to their potential for impact.
It completely transforms the ask. It's no longer help us survive.
It's activate this proven solution.
And that brings us to the core component of supernatural aid. This isn't just about the mentor's role. It's about revealing the magic weapon.
The magic weapon.
This is the tool, it can be physical or theoretical, that the donor will use to achieve the goal we set up way back in the call to adventure.
So like Excalibur, or the plans for the Death Star. In a fundraising context, it might be the specific curriculum for a tutoring program.
Or the exact cost of a life-saving surgery.
Or the software that's going to connect farmers to the market. It's the tangible solution you've already built.
And here's the tactical takeaway for this whole deep dive. We suggest this really powerful storytelling technique. It maximizes anticipation. It clarifies the opportunity.
Okay.
The technique is show the weapon, but don't fire it yet.
Ah, I like that. Show the weapon, but don't fire it. So you showcase how effective it is, how ready it is, but you make it clear the problem can't be solved without the donor.
It's ready, but it's inert.
Let's talk about verification then, because that's where the tech side comes in, right? How do you prove the weapon is ready? This is where your data, your CRM, is so crucial.
It really is, yeah. Let's say you're a water charity. The magic weapon might be a newly engineered filtration system. You don't just say, we need money for filters.
Well,
You communicate. The filtration system design is complete, it's prototyped, and it's been tested with a 99.9% purification rate in our pilot program.
it's verified.
It's verified and sitting in the warehouse. We just need to ship it.
So you're using data, pilot project results, supply chain metrics, whatever you have to verify the readiness of the solution. You're not asking them to fund an idea, you're asking them to fund a deployment.
Exactly. And the specificity of that deployment is key. For, let's say, an arts organization, the magic weapon might be the finalized curriculum for a school district.
Okay.
You show the curriculum, verified by educators, just waiting to be printed and distributed. You say, the lesson plans are finalized, the teachers are trained, we just need the funds to print and distribute the 5,000 workbooks.
To make this hyper relatable, let's go back to that analogy we used.
The boat at the dock.
The boat is at the dock, the engine is verified, it is ready to save them, it just needs fuel. The boat is the magic weapon. The mechanism you, the nonprofit, already invested in building and proving.
And the fuel. That's the donor's power. It just captures the urgency and the readiness perfectly. And this is where something like segmentation, powered by your click and pledge data, becomes the tactical bridge.
Right.
You use your CRM to identify donors who have historically shown interest in, say, deployment or equipment, and you target them with this specific message about the ready boat. You align the hero's interest with the specific weapon you have available.
So for the learner, what this means is we're moving you seamlessly. I'm describing pain in step 1, neutralizing indifference in step 2.
To now, in step 3, presenting a prepared, verified opportunity for transformation.
We are showing you, the donor, that the mechanism for rescue is functional and prepared.
It just simplifies the path to action. So when we eventually get to the ask in the next phase, the hero sees their role so clearly.
They aren't funding some vague, years-long struggle.
No, they are fueling a verified solution right now. It's a simple, inevitable action because the weapon is ready and it's in their hands.
It also has to manage risk perception, right? Donors feel safer giving to a verified plan than a concept.
Absolutely. By confirming the engine works before you ask for the fuel, you instill confidence that their power will lead directly to impact.
So, to summarize the key takeaways from this deep dive, we have established the crucial role of the nonprofit as the mentor, the Yoda.
Right.
Our organizational commitment is shown by the fact that we have built and verified the magic weapon, the prepared solution.
Which sets the stage perfectly for the hero, the donor, to cross the threshold in our next segment.
It really does.
So we highly recommend you do a little audit of your communications today. Use this framework. Ask yourself, which element of our fundraising is currently our magic weapon?
Is that weapon verified using actual data or pilot results?
Is it ready? Is it sitting at the dock? Or are you maybe still asking for money to begin construction on the boat?
Because if you're asking them to fund the construction,
you're still the hero. What specific part of your plan is ready, just waiting for the hero's power to fuel it? That clarity, I mean, it's transformative.
That is a great, actionable thought to carry with you.
For more information about this and all Click and Pledge products, make sure to visit clickandpledge.com and request for a one-on-one training or demo. Whether you are a client or curious about our platform, just ask us and we will gladly get together with you to chat.
And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest features of the Click and Pledge Fundraising Command Center.